Oh boy, are we in for a treat.
You can't go in there. Sir? Sir!
Can I help you? Hey, wait! Freeze!
LAPD.
Oh my God.
Quiet, everyone.
Okay, so we're switching up everything with my technology here again as we watch Caught in the Act. That guy was actually auditioning. He's not a real cop. He's a out-of-work, once famous actor, possibly.
So you do the Zeus story with William Hurt, Circle Rep. What was that, 10 years ago?
15.
We only really have 3 people in this movie that we need to worry about, so that makes it easy. We have the actor, who is our main character. The redhead behind the desk in that opening scene, she is his ex-girlfriend and a casting director. And then there's Rachel, a woman that shows up to his acting class as he's yelling at his students for not paying their bills. She wants to audit the class, and after he yells at her, he sees her at a local bar and goes to apologize.
Would it be okay if I were to audit your class?
Audit? Hell, why not? Nobody else pays to study with me. Why should you? You don't think I'm trying to make a living at this, do you? Oh. No, I'm the Mother Teresa of acting teachers. Sure, come on in, have a...
I apologize for making you the butt of my exceedingly rude temper. You just happened into my line of fire.
They are obviously charmed by each other. He follows her out on the street and they go on a date. He only has $76 in his account though, so they crash a wedding. Sure.
You're a party crasher.
Oh, I like to think of it as a good acting exercise.
Neil Mintz. Imported lacquer and leather sofa systems.
Guy Starbuck, macrame wall hangings and redwood nightstands. And this is Mrs. Starbuck.
Oh, Mrs. Starbuck, nice to meet you. And where are you from?
Honey?
Altoona, Pennsylvania. We flew in from Pittsburgh, but the plane was late, so we missed the wedding ceremony, and then they lost our luggage, so we had to come to the reception looking like this.
For crying out loud.
Can you believe it? 3,000 miles from home, and we don't even have a toothbrush.
Oh, well, that's awful.
This goes inexplicably well. Also, remember that audition? That somehow also went inexplicably well, and he got a second audition. But he was so busy with Sexy Times, he didn't hear that the time got moved up. The casting agent is pissed at him for blowing his big chance, but then she later comes back and apologizes, declaring her love to him and giving him a new answering machine. But just then, Rachel comes out of the shower and the casting agent's all distraught and runs off. Our actor, he's all upset about losing this great friendship with the casting agent, but don't worry, he still has the love of Rachel, and they're gonna go out on another date. So he goes to the ATM to take out the last of his $50 when, wait, what?
What?
He tries to tell the bank about the error, but they won't fucking listen. So he takes out $300 to bring Rachel on a great date. While they're on this date, we see mysterious man behind computer. Okay, this is where things really pick up. His landlord breaks into his apartment screaming at him. A yelling match carries out into the street and he promises to have the $3,000. He goes to the bank to get a certified check and the bank teller sees the $10 million in the account, but he doesn't yet. So he gets $3,000 and brings it to his landlord.
paid in full.
He finally does see the $10 million, and this time he won't take no for an answer from the bank and heads there to demand an answer when he's attacked by the landlord's son.
Anyway.
Get away from me!
Let go!
LAPD, that's enough!
He killed my father! He killed my father!
We know.
The police show up and arrest him, and he's forced to take out $35,000 out of the bank account this time so he can get out on bail and figure out what's going on. When now Rachel is kidnapped.
Where are you?
548 Laporte. Scott, he says he'll hurt me if you bring the police.
Rachel? Don't.
They decide they must take the money and run to Argentina. Must run to where the Nazis went after the war.
We have to get out of here. Go someplace like South America or those places that the Nazis went after the war, like Uruguay or Argentina.
Obviously, with only 2 characters in this fucking movie, if our main character is a good guy, Rachel is shockingly the bad guy, and we get 20 minutes of double and triple crossing each other until there can be just one winner. Overall, it was an interesting idea, but the problem is, like I said, there's only 2 people in the fucking movie, so if he's being set up, who do you think he's being set up by? Let's see. A random woman comes to audit an acting class taught by a guy who hasn't had a movie role in a decade, and then goes out with him and bangs him on the first date based on crashing a wedding. And then it's not a one-night stand. She stays with him, and after he's stealing money, continues to stay with him. That's not suspicious at all. The last 20 minutes are them running as people in obvious makeup are following them, and everyone looks ridiculous towards the end. The setup is fine, it's good, but man, I wish they had introduced more characters earlier instead of waiting until we already know what's going on to start putting in red herrings. After she says, yes, I was the bad guy, it's a little late to start throwing in other people that might be the bad guy. The star of this one is Gregory Harrison, who older viewers might know from Trapper John MD, but was recently on Chesapeake Shores and One Tree Hill, because of course he is. We can't avoid One Tree Hill on this show for some reason. And Leslie Hope played Rachel. She was in NCIS, Suits, and a couple Canadian procedurals recently. Writers and directors on this. The director has done only television. He did do a couple episodes of NCIS New Orleans. The writer directed the Michael Keaton movie, Mr. Mom, back in the 90s. Hasn't really done anything I've heard of since, other than City by the Sea. Yeah, it's fine. The poster sucks, by the way. The poster is just the scene of them making out shirtless that I showed you earlier, so it makes you think this is an erotic thriller, only there's zero nudity, and you saw the only love scene in the movie. Thank you for watching. I never wear pants in any of my videos, and as always, I shall try to do better next time. Here's a bonus clip if I felt like putting one in. Trust me, I'm sitting on a sofa bed. It will not help you get laid movie.